wide, arms race, grotesque fast, shadows near, appointed with fear. Disappear, disappear. Specters haunt, screams ignite, vicious screams, endless fright, legends told. Embrace, eyes wide, hearts race, grotesque past, shadows near, appointed with fear. Disappear, disappear. Fear's embrace, eyes wide, hearts race, grotesque past, shadows near, appointed with fear. Disappear, disappear. Evil laughs, bloody might, old and new, pure terror sight, keeps with you. Truth unveils, endless dread, no veil. Friday nights, fears embrace, eyes wide, arms race, grotesque past, shadows near, appointed with fear. Disappear, disappear.
Hey up, it's Steve, that old Yorkshire geek. Welcome to episode 135 of Friday Night Appointment with Fear. And we're carrying on my reviews of Hammer House of Horror from 1980. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're nearly done. We've got two more episodes to look at tonight. Carpathian Eagle and Guardian of the Abyss, which should be fun. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, we should be live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We should be live on Rumble. Yes, we are. And we should be live on Twitch. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch. Does it matter? Whatever. But we're live on those as well. Right. Also, where's my finger? There it is. Explore the description for links for stuff such as merch, which I'm not wearing today. I've got a new Iron Maiden t-shirt. Cool, but that's not in the merch. My books, Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi action adventure about UFOs and stuff like that. Silent Predator, short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating people in a North Yorkshire village. Have I got a spider on my cap? Get away. What else? They're an Amazon Kindle and paperback. Become a member of the YouTube channel, then you get early access videos and exclusive videos and all that sort of stuff. And super chats and super thanks will be greatly appreciated. Speaking of members, it's that time again. So I'm going to have to fire up the old YouTubes. It's time to hand out some free memberships to get. I can't even speak. Time to gift some memberships. So just bear with me while I go to my channel, because I'm not allowed to do it. And you'll hear my voice. Yeah. Shush. So let's give some memberships. Sorry, Wingrace, I'm ignoring you, aren't I? Wingrace says radioactive spider TOYG. Spider TOYG does whatever a spider TOYG oigs. But where were we? Right, memberships, gifts. Gift some memberships. Membership gifting. I shall gift 5 memberships today, because I don't know, I'm not feeling generous as generous as I was last time. So that's what we'll do. Who will get them? Who knows? Who will get the gifted memberships? Let's see. You know, when it's ready. Right, is that done? There we go. Right, who's being gifted them? Who's being Michael, whoever Michael is, Randall Wong. Oh, we've met Randall Wong, and Tim Rose, and Quest, and Archmage Frey, that mysterious man from Twitch, has been gifted a YouTube membership. Anyway, never mind. So cool. I know all of them, except for Michael. I don't think I know Michael. I don't think he's ever popped on before. But anyway, all the others have been in the chat. So that's cool. Right. Hammer House of Horror from 1980. We're up to episodes 9 and 10. Yes, I had to look at that because it says there. We're up to episodes 9 and 10. As I said, Carpathian Eagle and Guardian of the Abyss. Both episodes that I don't think Justin will like. Because they both end on downers. But anyway, we will get on with it. Right, so I shall make myself... I'm sure I forgot something again. I'm sure I have. Archmage Frey, that mysterious man from Twitch, although he's not on Twitch today. The Hammer of Justice is unisex. Okie dokie. That's gone way over my head. Maybe I said something and I've forgotten instantly. Anyway, never mind. What we're going to do? Oh, I make myself titty tiny. That's what I'm going to do. And we will get on with it. Obviously, I'm not going to just watch them because I'll get a copyright claim like I did last week. That took some getting rid of. They blocked it. They blocked it in the UK. Did Shout Factory. I think it was Shout Factory. Blocked it in the UK. But I appealed it. Not appealed, disputed it. And they released the claim, thankfully. But anywho. So it is now up again. Which one are we? With that one, yes. It's a quote from a Batman episode, is it? All right, then. I've got all the animated ones or the Adam West ones. Don't know. But anyway, right, where were we? Right, let's get on with it, shall we? As I said, yes, that's what I was saying, wasn't I? We can't just watch them. I've said before, I think the link is still in the description, that the entire series was on YouTube. To watch for free, but last time I checked, so I don't know if it's me that's put a spanner in the works doing these videos, I don't know, but suddenly they disappeared. I think they were still there, but I think it were blocked, so maybe it's because of me, I don't know, because no bugger watches my my channel, not many people, but anyway, right, so off we go. Let's just get on with it. Right, we begin with some nice legs and kind of cowboy boots going on. By the way, we'll also be doing what I usually do now with these Hammer House of Horrors. We'll be looking at the real life places where it was filmed. They're all kind of filmed because it's Hammer. They're all kind of more or less filmed in the same area down in that just outside London, Great Missenden and places like that. Hampton House and places like that. But we'll look at that. Yes, I ruined it for the entire world. Just because they got a bit overexcited over a copyright claim. Anyway, Justin's here, says hello all. Hope everyone is well and happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday to you too. I don't think you're going to like these two episodes, Justin, because they both end on downers. But anyway, here we go. What we're seeing here is a sexy lady walking down the road. There she is. It's Suzanne Danielle. I don't know if you know her. If you're a sci-fi fan, you know her from the 1980 Flash Gordon film. She played one of Ming's sex slave women. The one that Dale Arden gave the drink to, and she got drunk, and and takes her place, does Dale Arden, and then Ming comes in and goes, "You!" It's her. You'll know when you see her face. We don't see her face here, though. She's walking down the road. She gets picked up by this chap. Oh, wow, this fella does a proper... Hang on, where are we? He does a proper... Whoa! At that, look. Whoa. Proper, carry on. Cool. Anyway, so he goes up, picks her up, and so they're off to his pad. That door looks familiar. I'm sure we've seen it, probably in another episode, because they're all filmed in the same places. Justin says, "Oh no, that's okay. I come to see you guys, so it's worth it." So we're in his pad. He's got all curtains up to hide the fact that it's probably some living room somewhere that it were filmed in. But anyway, so here he is saying it's his secret place that not even his wife knows about. So he's up for some rumpy pumpy with girls other than his wife. When I say girls, I mean women. So anyway, so there we go. We're getting ready now. Here he is. We don't see her face yet. There she is. She says she's got like this Eastern European accent, so she's like giving it, "Close your eyes," but in a sexy woman voice. And we learn that she got a big, massive knife. Are you ready for this? Ah! She stabs him, and then we cut to dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna do it. Spin it on a bit, and a bit more. There we go. I love this music. I never get bored of it. Anyway, Carpathian Eagle. I don't think it's got anything to do with Vigo the Carpathian. Scourge of Carpathia. Terror of Moldavia. Whatever it is. From Ghostbusters 2. It's not him. That's not a knife. Oh, we didn't see it, did we? I don't know if we saw it. We see it again. It's actually not a knife. She's like, well, yeah, she's using a knife, but they describe it as a hook later. But anyway. So it stars. Oh. And Justin34 has given us a $5 super chat. Thank you very much for you, friend. Appreciate you and everyone. I appreciate you 10 times more than you appreciate me, Justin. and Win Grace and everybody. Hey, because she's a hooker. No, she don't play rugby. That's a rugby term. Anyway, sorry. Got to mute that. Oh, that scary statue again. Right, so here we go, starring Anthony Valentine. Remember him? In the UK, he's obviously a super famous actor. He's been in loads of films and stuff and TV. I know him from... He used to play in a series when I was a kid, a series called Raffles, the Gentleman Thief. He was like a cat burglar in the Victorian/Edwardian times. But he was a good guy, Nobody ever got hurt. I think he just robbed from super rich people. But he played Raffles. He was also in Masada. He played like a Roman tribune in Masada. I love that series, Masada. That was really good. He says, "Lady of the Night, bow wow, chicka wow wow." And as I said, Suzanne Danielle, as I said, she's been in loads of stuff, but I generally know her mostly from, she played that slave girl woman in Flash Gordon. You'll know when you see her face. Oh, also with Sian Phillips, who's been in loads of stuff, but she's probably most famous for she played Queen Cassiopeia in the original Clash of the Titans. I've no idea who Barry Stanton is. Right, so off we go. Directed by Francis don't know how you pronounce that. Megahy. It's probably Irish, isn't it? So it could be pronounced anyway, because Irish names are weird, aren't they? It's probably pronounced Smith or something. But anyway. What's he done? Or she? I presume it's a he. Where are we? Wrong one. Where are we? Director Francis Smith. I shall open in a new tab. I know you can't see this. I'm having a look. He's not Irish. He's from Manchester. But anyway. What's he done? Bit of Lovejoy, bit of Minder, a couple of films in the 70s. He directed a video about Ayrton Senna. It must be a couple of them actually. It must be into Ayrton Senna. What else? What else has he done? Another one there. It must be really into Ayrton Senna. Yeah. I don't think he's directed any other Hammer horror films. So mostly TV stuff, it seems. But anyway, off we go. Right. So, here we go. The scene of the crime, a blood-stained sheet. There's Anthony Valentine. He plays Detective Inspector. Can't remember. Just bear with me. Detective Inspector Cliff. Does he have a full name? I forgot his name now. Clifford. Detective Inspector Clifford. I imagine he's got a first name. And this fella here, at first, hang on, I'm going to check again. At first, I thought he was, I forgot his name now. Poirot, David Suchet, but it's not. It's not. Does he have a photo? No, he doesn't. I'm looking on IMDb, sorry. No, don't know. It's not David Suchet. He kind of looks like David Suchet. Or he also looks like a Thunderbird puppet. He could play Parker in a live-action Thunderbirds. Maybe he did. I don't know. But, I don't know. When he takes his glasses off. That's the detective sergeant, whatever. Anyway, so they're investigating the scene. And there he is. Looks like a Thunderbird puppet. You know? He could play Parker. So they're saying it's like, they don't know what's happened. They don't know if it were a man or a woman that he was with. The signs of, sexual activities gone on. But anyway, so they're gonna. He finds a clue. There's the detective sergeant Tone. I think it's called Tony. I think. Does it say Tony? Yeah, it doesn't say. Doesn't say anything else. What else does it say? Never mind. They find another clue that leads them to a bar where people hook up in this bar. But we know that he didn't meet her in a bar, did he? He picked her up at the side of the street. But anyway. Right, so he goes home and he's listening to the radio. I'm talking about Natalie Bell. Oh, she said the most beautiful lady writer we've ever had on the breakfast show. But you can guess who she's played by. But she's having a book published about some murderous medieval woman or something, like Countess Dracula sort of thing. But so he decides he's got to go and have a talk with her because he thinks it's a clue somehow. I don't know how. Let's have a look, see what it says. Having a book published. Who was real enough? I have no idea. Somebody was real enough. They're talking about this woman that she used an eagle to kill people. But damn, guess this is a round of famous sitcom deaths. First George, and now Loretta Swit. Was Loretta Swit? I thought Loretta Swit had died a while ago. Am I thinking of somebody else? I thought she died a while ago. Loretta Swit. I'm going to have to look it up now. Or am I thinking of somebody else? Loretta Swit. Have a look. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of. Oh, yes, today, yes. Did somebody else from MASH die recently? I don't know. I thought she died a while ago. I'm having a Mandela effect thing going on now. I'm sure I saw that she died a while ago. From MASH. Over another one. Anyway, yeah. Rest in peace, Loretta Swit. Not that I were a MASH fan, but anyway. Alan Alda is not doing well, but he isn't dead yet. All right. Well, I wouldn't have got them mixed up. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, talking about this woman from the olden days in Eastern Europe, and she used to seduce men, and then she had like this eagle that had come in and kill them or whatever. So she's writing a book about that. So he wants to go and talk to her about it. So he phones up the office. Back in the day when we had leads on his phones. And then goes to meet her. She's all frumpy because we're not supposed to think she's this beautiful woman. So she got her dressed all frumpy. Pardon me. So he's gone to see her, and he says, "We've got to go and talk to this heiress woman that's from Eastern Europe, who's played by Sian Phillips. So they're gonna go and talk to her. There we are. So we're in this place now. Where's this? I will tell you. I think we've seen it before in other episodes. And by the way, that junction that we saw with the fella in the Mercedes that picked her up is National Cycle Route 57, which we have seen several times in Hammer House of Horror. I won't show you that. But anyway, Mrs. Hensker's house. Mrs. Hensker is Sian Phillips. It's the Chiltern Hospital. So I will show you. I will drag this over here. I'll show you. Here it is. I'll get rid of me thumbnails. Oh, where are we? My bookmarks, I mean. Hide bookmarks. There we go. It's on in Netflix and stuff. Where were we? Hang on. Let me. There we go. Do that. There we go. So that's what we're looking at. It's there, and that's where it is in real life. Great Missenden. Everything's filmed in Great Missenden for these Hammer House of Horror stuff. I keep really forgetting that. So that's where it is. There mustn't be a street view of it, but there it is. The Chiltern Hospital. So there we go. That's where it is in Great Missenden. As I said, everything's filmed in Great Missenden. Right, can I drag that back now over here? Yes, I can. Right. So they've gone there. That's where Mrs. Hensker lives. There we go. There. She's got a big eagle there. Look, there she's, Sian Phillips. Telling them all about the tale of this countess back in the olden days. She part of her, it's, in legend, she's an ancestor of hers, or descendant. She's a descendant of the count. The countess is an ancestor of hers. Whatever. And she's the last of her line, apparently, she says. So she's telling her the story, what I've just said. There you go. Falconer gave her a baby eagle, and she reared it and trained it, and she used it to kill men and all that stuff. So there we go. They branded her with iron as an adulteress, etc. Blimey, Justin's at it again. Look, another $2. Thank you very much, Justin. Calm yourself. It's usually appreciated. It is, really, really is. Hey dear. Where were we? There you go. Locked her up in a tower and blah 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 blah. But then, all right, a countess's eagle swoops in and gets the nasty man who'd locked her in the tower, etc. And it was just a tale from the old country. But she said nobody'd really heard of it after the 1830s until what's her face here? There, Suzanne Danielle. I can't remember the name. No, Natalie is writing a book about it. So there we go. So they're the only people really that know about this story and the way that luring men into a bedroom and then murdering them with a hook-like knife thing, but it just looks like a regular knife. It's that. You can see it there. It's just a knife. Anyway, right, so there we go. Blah, blah, blah. She says, how many in your family? I'm the last one. It turns out she's not. But anyway, I have no grandson. Right, so he says their goodbyes and takes her back up. It's trying to make her look frumpy, even though it's Suzanne Danielle, who was very lovely. We'll see that later. But there we go. But this is it Tadek? Tadak? I forgot his name. I think it's Tadek. Yes, Tadek. Played by Jonathan Kent. So Superman's human father. Turns out he's her nephew, so she's not the last of her line. There's obviously she's a sister somewhere, but apparently he's her nephew. Maybe they've died, and he's what's the word? Defected from East Germany. He was a dancer or something in East Germany, and he's run away and defected. So essentially he's in this country illegally. He's snuck in, but anyway, so. Suspicion's supposed to be falling on these two, by the way, of who's doing the murders. Meanwhile, in some pub somewhere, where they sell Yugoslav Riesling and other stuff, there she is. We're not supposed to know it's Natalie, I don't think, at the moment, because she's got sunglasses on. Oh dear. But anyway, so where we're going to hear her sexy Eastern European voice.
I'm not interested in names.
Oh, makes you quiver, doesn't it? With anticipation. Anyway, so he thinks he's chatting her up, but she's chatting him up, really. But anyway, so they're going to go back to his pad, but the barmaid sees them leave. So there you go. Andy's the name, Randy's the game. It's the 80s. So, right, there you go. They go back to his pad, where he's got a daft bed with feet and, I don't know, what are they, boobs? I don't know what they are. And a road sign to show that he's a bit of a character. He's stolen a street sign, which I think means no parking at any time. I think that's what that means. No stopping, something like that. Just failed my highway code test. He's got his music playing on his record player. So he's waiting for her. There she is, getting undressed sexily. And so she keeps saying, close your eyes. I've got a surprise for you. So there we go. So here she comes now. Keep your eyes closed till I say. And they always do. I wouldn't dare. If I just picked some woman up in a bar, I wouldn't be closing my eyes. You know, just in case they're a murderer like she is. And here we go. She's got a big knife, look. And she kills him. Oh, like that. I think she cuts the hearts out. I think that's what she's doing, cutting the hearts out. Anyway, so I'm guessing they found his body as well. I don't know. Is she calling the police? I don't know. The bodies are found instantly, it seems. Yes, it did. A fatality, yes. But anyway, so he's Detective Sergeant Tony, whatever his full name is, I don't know. He's questioning the barmaid, so she saw him leave, but she doesn't know where they went, obviously. But they don't help. But Detective Inspector Clifford is still talking to Natalie. We know she's the baddie now, don't we? Really. Although I was watching it, and I was thinking, because there's a bit later on, I think, hang on, is she in two places at once? Does she have a twin sister? No, she don't. Anyway, so they're having a drink at this pub. He's having a nice white wine. She's having red wine. Bit of a girl. He should have a pint, shouldn't he? But, whatever. Wow, we've got another one of these. Here we go. We'll do another one of these. Here it is. That's where they are. Where are we? There it is. At this pub. Let me move this over. And this pub is there. Now then. Hang on. Let me drag that round. Where are we now? I'm not sure. I think it's either this building or that building. I don't know which building it is. Because we don't see it. I don't know if we get a wide shot of it. I'm looking at this window here, and there's a drain pipe next to it there, isn't there? And the brickwork. So, right. We can't see the brickwork. They've painted over it. There's that drain pipe there. So, but that's not the same window, is it? So I don't know which. I'm guessing it's supposed to be this building. Does it say what it is? Hang on, where are we? Wine bar is 80 High Street, Hemel Hempstead. Right. So can we make out a house? Number 80. Which is number 80 then? It says there 78. It's either authentic Thai cuisine. Oh, there we go. That's 78. Right, give over. So which is... Give up. Stop it. Which is that one? Can we read that? Which way are we going? I think that'd be 74, wouldn't it? Stop. So is that 80? Can't see a number on it. So it must be that then. It must be that building. So is that window, the window there? Is that window? But there's a door there. that door. I don't know, but whatever. That's where it is. Where is it? In Hemel Hempstead. Never been to Hemel Hempstead. I'm sure it's lovely. Right, where were we? I'll be doing this a lot, by the way. Because I find it interesting. Film and TV locations in real life. Not that I ever go to any of them. I just like looking them up. Anyway. So they're talking about who could be doing these murders. By the way, it's not public knowledge about what's going on. They're keeping it, on the hush-hush because they don't want a scare that there's some crazy woman going round. Or a man. They're open to it being a man. Because we've got that Tadek has got to be a suspect. So they're thinking it could be a man dressed up as a woman. But they're talking about it. Saying, they're getting different descriptions, maybe. Because she just changed her appearance, doesn't she? Anyway, so, she says, come and see my psychiatrist friend or psychologist friend. He might give you some clues. So there they go meet him. He's got one of those faces, and I've seen him in loads of stuff. So they're talking about maybe it's somebody with like multiple personality disorder and stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. They go, the unconscious mind, etc. It's just wasting time. We all know it's her, but anyway. So they don't really get anywhere here, but the Boston Strangler and stuff like that, as I said, multiple personalities. A person who can be calm and, got all their faculties and super amazing, but then something can twist them, and at the drop of a hat they'll become, a violent, murderous person. Not like me. So there we go. So off they go. And this is where now, I think they're at Natalie's now. Yeah, they're at Natalie's house now. She says, do you want to see my manuscript for my book? And he says, yes, I would. Because, might be some clues in it. So they kind of make a dinner date. So they're going to meet for dinner the next day, and she'll, get her manuscript. She said it were at the typist's. So this is the days before the internet. So there we go. Meet for a drink. So they're going to have dinner tomorrow at 6:30 or 7. I think she says 7. Tomorrow at 7 at that pub. She says at that pub. So I'm guessing the one where they were just at. Right, he's on his car radio to Tony. Tony's staking out Mrs. Henska's house. Does it show it? At least I think he is. Or is that later? Now, there he is. In his bright yellow comma van. I've seen one of them for years. K-Reg. What's K now? Now then. So M's like 74. So L will be 73. So 1972, probably 71, 72, I don't know, because they overlapped, because we're weird. Anyway, so there he is. He's staking out Mrs. Henska's house, watching the comings and goings. Because I think they've checked up and they found out that she does have a nephew that has, defected from East Germany, and she's like hiding him. Anyway, so there he's keeping a watch. So he's just parked there outside the house. There we go. And he's arrived and says, right, I'm going to go in. She's not going to be offering me a cup of tea. There's the photos, look, of Tadek going in. So there you go. He confronts her about it and she says, oh, you should leave. And so there we go. He's asking about Tadek Kaczynski. So we learn that, he's defected, and she says, oh, no. But he says, I'm not interested in that. I just want to talk to him and all that. And we learn what he's up to. This is why he defected, because he were being persecuted in communist Eastern Europe because he dresses up and pretends to be a woman on stage. I don't know. He says he's not singing it. He says he's miming to a female singer. And his makeup's not covering up his 5 o'clock shadow very well, is it? But anyways, this is Tadek, by the way. He'd be like, I don't know, a drag artist. Is that what you call him? I don't know. But he's not being comedic. He's just singing on stage. Anyway, so there we go. So he's singing away. And then he comes backstage. Somebody's had an accident with that wall, haven't they? Oh, no. Oh, maybe it happens now. Because he asks him, are you Tadek Kaczynski? And then a fight ensues. And but he says, calm down. All I want to do is have a chat. So they have a chat. There he is. He says, I thought you were a spy. But says, no, I'm not. I'm just here to sort out this crime. And, you know, and I'm not here to kick you out of the country, deport you. And, you know, I'll do my best. So that, because he's nice, he's Cliff. Things haven't been easy for you and all that, so he just wants, you know, to eliminate him from his inquiries and all that stuff. So there we go. There he goes, tell him come to the station tomorrow and you know, give a statement and all that stuff. There you go. And I think he says, you know, I'll protect you. He says somewhere. There you go. Needs names and corroboration. Blah 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 blah. There you go. No one is leaning on you, and I will make sure that they don't. Because he's nice, he's Clifford. So he's looking after him. And he even sticks up for him with Tone, because Tone realises he's a drag artist, so he's like, you know, making jokes and stuff. Oh, did he eat with his handbag and all that? Because it's the 80s and all that. So, and he sticks up for him, says, well, I've none of that. Anyway. But they're still thinking it's Sian Phillips, it's Mrs. Henske. They're thinking she's the number one suspect at the moment. But because of the similarities between, you know, the story of her ancestor and the murders that's going on. There you go. Stop me for the sergeant. Now stay out of sight. Anyway, right, so there she is on the high street. We're going to get a wide shot. But we're going to do another one of these. Now then, where is she now? Keeps doing that, doesn't it? I keep having to make this smaller and drag it over. Stupid windows. Ooh. Now then, oh, never mind that road. That's that road that he drove down. Which road was it? National Cycle Route 57 again. And there he is again, driving the same route. They used it a lot. Oh, by the way, Tadek was singing in the town hall in Hemel Hempstead. That's where it was filmed. That's the town hall in Hemel Hempstead, apparently. Right, here we go. Natalie walking on station approaching Great Missenden. It's always in Great Missenden, isn't it? All these episodes. And that's where it is. So, now then, can we recognise the shops? Not really. Not really, because we don't have a wide shot, do we? Let's have a look. Can't really tell, can we? Can't really tell. Is it that shop she's walking past? I don't know, because it's all changed, hasn't it? It has all changed. Oop, steady. Anyway, so that's where it is. On station approaching Great Missenden, which is, I think this is the same street that, remember the episode, I forgot the name of it now, with Denham Elliott in, where it were all a dream. And he kept having the same dream over that episode. I forgot what they called it now. I think it's the same street that his office was on. But he's on the corner, wasn't it? So it's down here somewhere. There, look. That's Denham Elliott's office in that other episode. But she's walking up the street. Yeah, so them buildings there, look, remember them. Anyway, right, so that's where that is. Oh, we haven't got there yet. I'm getting ahead of ourselves now. Let's put that back over there. Now then, where is she? Right, she's walking up the street. There, she's going to a motel. It's just a big sign that says motel. Don't have a name or anything. So here she is. There she's going to a motel. It looks more like a lockup, doesn't it, than a motel? There's these steel doors. It looks very, you know, inviting, does it? But anyway, she goes in. There you go. She's got all her clobber look. So we now know that she definitely is the baddie. Because she's got all her stuff. Blonde wig and all that, and then we see her in the shower. Ooh, it is cheeky. And out she comes, getting herself dressed. Ooh, now she's out and about. And then this fella appears. Excuse me, madam. You know the way to such and such. And he says, it's over there. And then he says, this chap, actually, I just wanted to talk to you because you're so amazingly beautiful. Come back to my pad and we'll do it. And all that stuff. Basically. So off they go. He's got another one of these faces that looks familiar. But I don't know the character's name. I don't know the character's name, so I can't help you. By the way, there is a super famous, the most famous actor in this, by the way, is coming up, and it's a blink and you'll miss it part. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll not say it. I'll just, when we get to him, I'll pause it and see if you recognise him. You will. But he's young, obviously. Anyway, so he's going to be the next victim. There we go, back to his pad. And there you go, she's getting herself sorted. And he's getting all excited. But he's going to pop some zits on his nose first. So he's getting ready. And but she's saying, get on the bed and close your eyes and all that. She's thinking he's doing that. She's not checking. And but he's not ready yet. So when she comes in, he's not laying down. He's there, ready with the knife. So he runs off. He shuts himself in the bathroom or the closet, whatever it is. There you go. Don't touch me. I'll give you anything you want. So she runs off. There you go. She scarpers. Out she goes. I don't know I don't think there's a thing for this. Let me check. I don't think there is. Hang on, there might be. By the way, he picked her up. Where he picked her up was on Cheney's Parade in Little Chalfont. I didn't know there was a town called that. Little Chalfont. That's where we picked her up in the car. Oh, it is, right. And this house is on Sycamore Road in Amersham, England. So, again, Amersham has been used a lot in Hammer House of Horror. Again, there's no street view, so I can't show you a picture of it. It just tells you where it is. There, look. Oh, Pete's sake. There it is. It's so there's no street view, but it's that house. Hidden behind sycamores, I imagine. But anywho, and that's Little Chalfont. It's a great name, isn't it? Anyway. Right, let's pop that back. Make sure we're still going. Yeah, we are. Right, so she's legging it, by the way. There you go, she's scarpering. His driver comes back. He'd sent his chauffeur had gone away. They weren't going to be disturbed. His wife were out somewhere. And his chauffeur were off having tea with his mother-in-law. And he's just coming back now. In his, is that an American car? Doesn't look like a British make, does it? I'm sure Windgrace and Justin know exactly what type of car that is, but I have no idea. But she's run out. There you go. She gets away. Right, so there you go. So Tadek is eliminated from the inquiries. One of the killings happened when he was with Auntie, so I think that eliminates him or whatever. But anyway, right. So, we're seeing he's talking to his chauffeur, and they're saying, we won't call the police because we don't want my wife to find out and all that. We'll just forget about it. The chauffeur's saying, she might be she's a loony. She might be out killing people and all that. Right, here we go. The famous person. I will go up to. Who could that be? Who do you think that might be? Hey? Da 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 da. That's a clue. No, it's not Sean Connery. Just he says, looks like a Dodge, maybe an old Plymouth. I said, I don't know. Anyway, so here we go. Here's Pierce Brosnan, a young Pierce Brosnan. I don't think he has a line in the episode. This may be his earliest screen appearance for all I know. Yes, he was young, because this is 1980. So there he is. Anyway, he sees her. So another, she's a tasty bit of crackling. There she is, look. So, but we don't see what happens to him. I don't think we do. Let's skip it forward. And we're getting distracted watching this. I think my son was distracting me, and sometimes I kept forgetting to pause it. So, but I think it just cuts away. I think we just see him approach you. There you go, chatter up, and now we're going to learn that he's dead. Here he is. He's gone for his. Supposed to be. So this must be 7 o'clock. The next thing. They're supposed to be meeting at that pub. So this must be 7 o'clock the next day or the next evening. She doesn't turn up. She stands him up. She's not there because she's here with Pierce Brosnan. Oh, maybe he does have lines. Does it? Oh, he does. Tell you, my son must have distracted me, and I missed this bit. Listen, I wonder what he sounds like. Let's go back a bit. I missed this bit.
Listen, I live over there.
Sounds just like Pierce Brosnan, doesn't he? Sorry, you forgot to knock. Live over there. Let's go and do it. Come over for some coffee and you can murder me. That's what he's saying. So she says, okie dokie. I mean, I fancy you. See, he's forward, isn't he? Why mess about? So there they go. See, I missed all this. Look, missed all this. Right, this must have a location. It blooming doesn't, does it? Hang on, does it? The park that they're in on the swings is Lowndes Park in Chesham, in England. And by the way, he's the last victim, although he isn't, but never mind. This is Park Road in Chesham. There we go. So hang on, let me drag this over. I'm saying there we go and not showing you, am I? Drag that over. There we go. So that's where we are now, isn't it? That's they're going into that building there, which is there. Look, it's this big old house here. That's where they're going. Up them stairs there, I imagine. Is it? Looks like it, doesn't it? Unless there were a gate there at some point, I don't know. But anyway, so it's there where they are. Have they changed? No, the same windows, aren't they? Are they? Yes, they are the same windows. Look, they haven't changed the windows. You thought they've had double glazing put in? Maybe they have. I don't know. But anyway, so there we go. So that's that one. Right. Right. So. Up they go. Now I think we're going to learn that he's going to wind up dead. There you go. He's been stood up. Know the feeling, mate. So off he goes. Goes back home. I don't think he's got a wife or all like that. I don't think it mentions her. Anyway, so there you go. She's back at her motel, putting her stuff away. Or is she back home now? I don't know. But anyway, he's heading out. Yes, no, she's at the motel. Look. She goes back home. I think here we're learning that they found another body. Is it this way on the? I'll be at home the rest of the evening if you need me. And then they say something along the lines of, there we go. Golden, let me take that with you. It's another one. I don't know how they're finding all these bodies so quickly. Because she's murdering people in their bedrooms. Unless somebody's hearing a commotion, hearing them screaming as she's cutting out their hearts or whatever she's doing. I don't know. But anyway. Now then, what does she do here? She hides something here. I'm watching it earlier on thinking, what is it she's hidden? It can't be the knife because it's not big enough. She's looking out the window here. And then she hides something under there. There. What's that? Is it a key? Oh, it's the motel room key, innit? That's what it is. She's hiding it under there on like a magnet or something. Right. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. That's what it is. Just figured it out. Right, so he's gone to see her, and no, he didn't turn up. And she says, "Oh, I got busy with my book," just fobbing him off. It's C4. What's our joke about C4? I can't remember what it was now. Can't remember. It was something that if B is for something, what's C for? Plastic explosive. Anyway, there you go. So she fobs him off. She says, "Oh, I was doing my book and I was just in the world of my own and I lost track of time, blah, blah, blah." So, anyway. So she says, "Well, I'll make dinner." And so go get yourself changed. So there she's making dinner. There you go. She's I don't know. She got the key for. I think it's the key. No, it's not the key for the motel. It's the key for the big case. I think, isn't it, that she's got. I always want to choose C4 in the vending machine, just in case. Justin's been looking up cars. A Dodge Polaria 4-door, but we'll bet it's the Plymouth. We're past that bit, Justin. Oh dear. I don't think it tells us. Sometimes in like the trivia section, it sometimes says, doesn't it? Let's have a look, see what it says. If there's anything in the trivia section of this episode. No, the inspector's kitchen is the same kitchen as that of the married couple in Children of the Full Moon, which we did last week. No, that's it. That's all it says. Apart from the Carpathian Mountains, or Carpathians, are a range of mountains forming an arc across Central Europe. Yeah, okay. I think we all know that anyway. Yeah, there's no other trivia. Don't tell us what the cars are, unfortunately, but never mind. Hey. Sorry, I'm an automobile guy. It's fine, it's fine. I'm going to say it's the Winchester's car from Supernatural, because it was the same colour. Plymouth Rock. Cue laughter. Don't worry about it. Anyway, where were we? He's offering to help. He's freshened himself up. She's going out for some wine, she says. She says, oh, no, I'll go for it, some white wine. So off he goes for some white wine. There he is, going for some white wine. He gets on the blower to Tony and all that. He's got a plan that we don't know about. I think it's because she stood him up, so he's now suspicious because somebody were murdered when she was supposed to be meeting him and she didn't turn up, and that's when somebody got murdered. So now he's suspicious. So he's asking Tony if Morgan is with them. And we learn that Morgan is a WPC, a woman police constable. Anyway, so there he is, buying some wine, cigarettes, 2p, 2 pence off. There we go. Per 20 packet. 2p off. Manufacturer's retail recommended price. 2p, yeah. I bet the packet of cigarettes were about 10p or something like that back in them days. I don't know. They're really expensive today, cigarettes. Not that I smoke, but really super expensive. Benson and Hedges. When I used to smoke, I did occasionally smoke Benson and Hedges, but not very often. Anyway, where were we? Right, so he goes back. There we go. And somehow he just ends up in bed. So I guess they've had dinner. Yeah, they've had dinner, and now they're going to canoodle. And she says, are you ready, darling? He says, yes, I'm ready. So she's coming in. Now we can see the female police officer waiting to pounce. So in she comes. But she hasn't got a knife with her, if you notice. She's not going to murder him. But there we go. Gonna go, Morgan, search her. So now, there we go. They're looking at all over her house, trying to find, the murder weapon or whatever, or some clue. But obviously they can't find it. Tone looks out the window but doesn't find the key. There we go. Has a look. But obviously they don't find this big massive case that she's got, which is what the key. Which is what the key is for. But anyway, so what's in this case? Don't bother asking. Unless she's got that well hidden. Maybe it's under the floorboards or something. I don't know. Why don't you just put the key under there as well? Why don't you just hang the case out the window? Crying out loud, I don't know. But anyway, there we're going through her drawers and all that. It says, oh, the house is clean. The female police officer says, would you like to make some tea? Who is she? She looks familiar. It's not Linda Bellingham, is it? I doubt it very much. Morgan, does it say? Policewoman. It's Diane Adderley. That name rings a bell. I don't know where from, but she hasn't got a picture, so she mustn't have done much. Justin says, yeah, cigarettes are expensive, menthol especially. Like $13 around me. I don't know what they are now. For us. In pounds. I imagine a packet of 20 will be around about £10, I imagine. Let's look it up. How much are cigarettes in the UK now? Just out of curiosity. In the UK, a pack of 20 cigarettes typically costs between £12.90 and £17.75. Bloody Nora. Christ on the back. I didn't know they were that expensive. Jesus. I'm glad I've stopped. A long, long time ago. Anyway. Right, so they've not found anything. So he thinks, they've eliminated her from the inquiries. But she's not happy, as you can see. So she tells them all to get out. Don't speak to me. Get out, all of you. Says, I'm sorry, but, I'm just doing my job, basically. But, she chews him out and kicks him out. So, anyway, so I think, well, that's that then. All right, he comes across her in the street. I don't know if this is another one for us to look at. Is this? Oh, that's where. Oh, I'm just looking at the shops that he went to when they were out buying wine, which is in Amersham again. As I said, filmed like 10-mile radius, probably all filmed in those different towns. Natalie's house is also in Amersham on Boys Lane. Boys Lane. But anyway, right, and this is where he is. He's in Great Missenden now. I'll show you. I will show thee. There he is. Oh, for Pete's sake, stop doing that. Over there. Oh, no, don't go full screen. Bloody hell, Windows. Just because I went up to the top of the screen. There he is, looking in there. And it's these shops here. It must be this one. Must be. Yeah, it must be that. Obviously, it's not a shop anymore. It's just a house by the looks of it. The old bookshop, it says, but it hasn't got a window, has it? Like that. So they've obviously renovated, but you can see the door. They've still got the original door frame. So there we go. So that's what it is. Which is in, I forgot where it was. All right, Great Missenden, on the high street of Great Missenden. So I'm guessing, Denham Elliott's office is down the road somewhere. Anyway. Right. Yes, she comes out of here. There you go, talking to her. I want to say I'm sorry and all that, but she don't want anything to do with him and all that. So, I just doing my job, but she's not happy. But they do kind of, she softens. And he invites her to his pad to make some lunch, which is, big mistake. Here he is, rustling up some lunch. And he's saying to her, you seem different. I've decided not to be angry anymore. But so they're going to canoodle. There we go. Canoodling, kissing and all that. And so they're going to get down to it. So I'm going to get ready. And so get on the bed and close your eyes and all that stuff. There we go, getting ready. And she's doing like this amazing transformation. She's got her hair in curls now. Is it a wig? I don't know. Is it a wig she's put on? I don't know. But she's put that on. And she comes out for some reason. I don't know why. Dressed as some Victorian governess or something. I don't know why. It's just this out of nowhere. She's supposed to be dressed as the Countess from the olden days. I'm guessing she is. From the Carpathian Eagle story, from Mrs. Hensker's, ancestor. I'm guessing that's who she's supposed to be dressed as. But all the others, she didn't bother, did she? But she does with him. And she gets the knife out. Hang on, where are we? There you go. Gets the knife out. Slow. Oh, crazy woman. And he's like, look, blood's coming out of his mouth and everything. And then she's happy. And here we go. She even kisses the blade because she's evil and mental. And then there's some passage of time. and obviously she's legged it, and they're at his funeral, and she's gone to his funeral. Yes, that is a wild outfit. Yes, I think she's supposed to be dressed as the Countess from the old story. I think that's what it is. Anyway, she goes to see Detective Sergeant Tony, whatever his name is, and said there's been no clues as to who killed him or anything. They don't know what happened. It said the last time they saw him. No, he says I think he went off by himself, which he wasn't supposed to do, or he'd never done before, or whatever. I don't know, but anyway. So he thanks her for coming and all that. So off she goes. I don't know who these are. Are these just members of the crew? I don't know. What does it say there? KBS TV. What the hell's KBS TV? But they're filming her for some reason. No idea why. Are the crew members? Are they not supposed to be there? Are we getting some behind the scenes? I don't know. Is it a mistake? I have no idea. But they're filming her. Maybe they're from local TV. I have no idea. But anyway. So, and she's talking to that Bobby. In she goes. Right, so, with Tadek now. Oh, she's gone to see Mrs. Henske. Apparently it's out now, so they must have been the local news crew or something with a massive camera. And so the word is out now that there's a murdering woman going about, and Mrs. Henske thinks she's the cause of it all, and she's afraid to sleep because she thinks when she goes to sleep she becomes like Jackie the Ripper. There she is. And she says, and now Natalie says, I'm going off now, but I don't know when I'll be back. I'm doing a new book. So don't know when I'll be back. So I'm going far, far away. So and then cut to this place. Is it in here? By the way, the funeral was at the Great Missenden Parish Church. By the way, in real life, and this hospital, it's Hampden House, which has been in loads of these Hammer House of Horror things. And another famous actor we're going to see now, who's been in Babylon 5, Star Trek, loads of stuff. He's been in loads of stuff. Here he is. There he is. W. Morgan Shepherd. Was he ever young? He's always been old, hasn't he? Anyway, so she's talking to him. He works at this. It's a hospital for the insane people, and she's writing a book about one of the nurses at this hospital that would lure men into her bedroom or to their bedrooms and strangle them with a silk scarf. So she wants to go talk to her. And she says, I'm writing a book about him. Writing a book about her. Justice says, I could deal with these types of endings. The story's really good. This was okay, but still hate it. It's not the best, is it? But, Anyway, so this is what she's going to be next. She's done with the Countess thing now. She's moving on. And there she goes. She's going to be a strangler in sexy clothes. There she is. And now she's going to strangle herself for some reason, just to show her how she's going to strangle. But there she is. That's the end. So there we go. Pierce Brosnan, look, as last victim. But he wasn't, was he? Because the last victim was Detective Clifford. But never mind. So there we go. So that's the end of Carpathian Eagle, which were all right. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. But not the best. But, it was, we'll use the word, it was fun. And but not a happy ending. Unless you're into the killers getting away with it. Which she did. But that's what it's all about. But yeah, it was all right. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind that one. Because Suzanne Danielle's always nice to look at. I don't know what she looks like now. Obviously, she's been knocking on a bit now, won't she? Is she still alive? I don't think she's still alive. Suzanne Danielle, English film actress. Yes, she's still alive. She's 68 now. Look at images and see if there's any recent photos. I'm just curious what she looks like now. Blimey. Blimey. She's still, actually, you might say, when's this from? Where's this from? A very recent picture. I shall open image in new tab. There it is. Well, it's not the best picture, but, you know, there you go. She's still a handsome woman at 68. Blimey. There we go. Yeah. It was okay, says Justin. It was okay. It passed the time. It were fine. I like Anthony Valentine. I've got that name right, haven't I? I said it and it sounded wrong. Go back. Yes, Anthony Valentine. For some reason I thought that were wrong. I like Anthony Valentine. I think he's a good actor. I liked him in Masada, even though he was kind of a baddie in that, but not really. It's good as Masada. If you can get a chance, watch it. There you go. Jonathan Kent as Tadek. Oh, it says Tada there. It's Tadek. They spelt it wrong, haven't they? Bless him. Superman's human father. But anyway, there we go. So that's that one. So that's that one in the bag. Not bad. Not a bad episode. But not the best. I've done something now. And I don't know what I've done. There we go. Right, next up is... what's next? Guardian of the Abyss. Guardian of the Abyss is next. Right. This one stars Paul Darrow. Oh, I can't say it stars Paul Darrow, but Paul Darrow features in it, who played Avon in Blake 7. And there's also a face that Star Trek fans will know, Rosalind Landau, who played, I don't know her name, the Irish woman in that Next Generation episode with the Irish colonists, that one. She's in it. But anyway, so there we go. And Ray Lonnan, and he's got one of them faces, and I've seen him in other things. What have I seen him in? Harry's Game, that's what I've seen him in. There we go. Yeah, that's where I know him from, Harry's Game, which had a haunting theme by Clannad. Anyway, Justice says, yes, she's very attractive. She is a Susan Danielle. She was very attractive in Flash Gordon as well. Where were we? Oh, yes, I'm adding the next one, aren't I? Here we go. Right, so we begin on the Blu-ray, which I've got here, in the special features, because I put the episode on, Guardian of the Abyss, and it came on like this in 4:3, and I thought it was supposed to be widescreen, because it says, special widescreen thing of Guardian of the Abyss, but it's in the special features section on the last disc, on disc 3, and there's no subtitles with it, and I don't know why, but in this there's subtitles with it in the regular version. I thought, bloody hell. Not that it makes much difference. The widescreen versions, there's not much difference. Not any difference, but anyway, right, off we go. We're at some house somewhere, and there's a ritual going on. There we go. You can tell it's some sort of satanic ritual, because they've got an upside-down cross, inverted, I think is the term, and a fella in a mask, giving it all they've got, and this is about a scrying glass. This episode is essentially... Oh, pardon me, I'm burping. This episode kind of is for me, anyway, I was watching it thinking, this is kind of a remake of The Devil Rides Out, that Hammer film from 1966, 67, whenever it came out, with Christopher Lee and others, Charles Gray. And it's kind of a remake of that, to be completely honest. But I don't think they say that. But... what's how fat? Hang on, where are we? Do you think the Sheffield United of horror? No, I don't. I have no idea what you're on about, mate. Anyway, where were I? It's kind of, to me, I think it's like a remake of The Devil Rides Out, based on the Dennis Wheatley book and all that. Sort of. But anyway, it's about this scrying glass, the mirrors that you look into to see spooks and stuff like that. So they look into this mirror, and he takes his mask off. This is Randolph, not Randolph Scott, Charles Randolph, that's it, Charles Randolph, played by John Carson, who's got an amazing voice. He sounds like James Mason. But he's got a great voice. He's the main baddie. There we go. He's looking in the scrying glass, and something's appeared, the flames appeared, and then a scary face comes on in a bit. He says, "Bring her!" So they're bringing this young lass. There she is. She's the sacrificial victim. He says, Look into the glass. He's got a weird voice. Can we hear him? Speak. You're an empty chalice. This quote reminds me of the feral. Here we go. I thought it was going to be another one of these. Hey, you've waited, haven't you, for this one? You've waited for that one, haven't you? Hey, how long have you been waiting for this? Unbelievable. Where are we? There we go. There we go. Nothing better to do, have you? Nothing better to do. Anyway, where were we? Right, so there we go. She's got to look in the glass. There you go. So she looks in it and she sees a terrifying thing. In a minute. There we go. And it appears essentially what he had on his mask. But it's not, it's the real thing. It's called, I forgot what they called it now. Never mind, we'll get to that. It's a demon called, begins with something like Chalazon or something like that. I can't remember. But it's it's the real thing, and she sees that, and it drives her crazy, and she goes and bashes her head on this pillar because she's gone mental. But anyway, let's make sure everything's okay. Yeah. Anyway, right, so where were we? There we go, she's smashing her head. She don't kill herself, she just bashed her head in a little bit. There we go. She says, "Take her away," in his James Mason voice. And then it begins again. Din, din. Then we see Willie Rushton up on the roof, Guardian of the Abyss. And, yes. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. Chiggle Wiggle. Left a message earlier on. I had to star it so it didn't disappear. Left a message. I don't know when it was. Before the show, said Guardian of the Abyss, my favourite episode, as usual, a depressing ending. But at least Paul Darrow was in there. Yes, he was. I said there's another one that doesn't have a happy ending. Julian. Guardian of the Abyss has widescreen treatment on the Blu-ray. It's pretty pointless, I thought. Though the Blu-ray quality is stunning. Yes, it does look nice. I'd say for some reason it's in the special features with no subtitles, and I don't know why. But anyway. So there we go. So thanks, Chiggle Wiggle, for that. Justin, but is that Julian? Who the hell is Julian? I mean, Justin. Justin says, The Devil Rides Out is good. It had some good effects. Some. Some of them weren't that good. But it's a great film. I think it's one of the best Hammer films. With Christopher Lee playing a goodie for a change. And for some reason, they overdubbed the lead character's voice. I forgot the name of the actor now. Leo, was it Leon? Whatever. They overdubbed his voice with the voice from Patrick. I forgot his name as well now. Somebody else for no reason. I don't know why. But anyway, probably all the DS9 you're watching. Oh, what is probably all the DS9 I'm watching? I don't know. Yes, the ending was wild. Oh, for Julian. Oh, aye, for Julian. Yes. Julian Bashir. Oh, there's another one. Look, there's another one appeared. There we go. They've been sat waiting for like 6 months. There must have been, because I've got it set for subscribers. You've got to be subscribed for 6 months. So they've been waiting for 6 months to leave silly messages for no reason. Unbelievable. It's probably somebody I know. It probably is. Being an idiot. Anyway, whatever. Where were we? Oh, wow, that scary thing. There we go. Ray Lonnan, Rosalind Landau. You'll know her face when you see her. Right, so off we go. Directed by Don Sharp. He did something famous and I forgot what. What did he direct, Don Sharp? Was it one of the Planet of the Apes films? Was it the... No, it wasn't. To the Devil a Daughter. He directed that. No, it wasn't one of the Planet of the Apes films. Jules Verne's Rocket to the Moon. I'm sure he directed a super famous film. Well, he did To the Devil a Daughter. That's famous. 39 Steps. The one with Robert Powell in. He directed that. I thought he'd done something else. I must be thinking of somebody else. Never mind. Never mind. Anywho, where were we? Right, off we go. Right, we're in an auction house now where they're selling off stuff. There's Paul Darrow, who's known as Avon from Blake 7. This is... I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten the name of the character. Where is she? Laura, played by Barbara Ewing. Again, another... I've seen her in other things. She's from New Zealand. She's playing an Australian in this. She's been in some Hammer films. Dracula's Risen from the Grave and stuff like that. What else? Yeah, I've seen her in Hammer films. That's where I know her from. She's playing Laura, who owns an antique shop and she's buying stuff. There's Ray Lonnan. He plays another antique dealer or something. But she's bought loads of stuff. There we go. And she's going to buy a big box full of stuff for £3.50. Oh, for Pete's sake, there's another one, look. How long have they been waiting? How long? Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Right. Where were we? She's bought a load of stuff and she buys a big box full of stuff for £3.50. And she's happy. And Paul Darrow's listening in. Oh, yes, we also learn that Ray here, well, Ray Lonnan, no, what's the name of the character? I've forgotten. Michael Roberts. Because she's into astrology, so she's always asking people what sign they are, and she says, she knows the French, so she knows his birthday, and he's born on the 21st of June, so he's and born on the equinox, so she finds that all interesting. Paul Darrow's listening in, by the way, but she also knows him as well. His character is called Simon something or other. Simon Andrews. Right, so she's bought that. Right, so meanwhile, back at the evil place, she's not looking well. She's gibbering and drooling and all that, and says, "That's no good. We're going to need another one. We need another sacrificial victim. That's what we need." So he's going to go through his gang and pick another one. Don Sharp did a lot of Hammer stuff, says Justin. Kiss of the Vampire, and Don Sharp was a sound editor for Hammer and also Aliens. There we go. Cool. Kiss of the Vampire's a good one. But it's not Dracula in that one, is it? Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. Don't say you look it up on Wikipedia. It's got to be your knowledge. Anyway, right, so he's going to go through his gang, and here he finds Rosalind Landau. There she is. Kind of weird. She's kind of, she's pretty, but in a weird, I don't know, ethereal way, isn't she? I don't know, she kind of looks... Something about her. Pardon me, she's like a doll, isn't she? But anyway. I say Windgrace knows her from TNG, that episode. What it called? Up the Long Ladder or something like that. One with the Irish colonists. I think she ended up throwing herself at Commander Riker, didn't she? But anywho, so she's going to be next. He says, no, I don't want to. But he says, prepare her. Anyway. He says, I was trying to help. I know, it's fine. And you did. Right, they're coming out of this auction, and they're going to... She knows Simon. He's an antiques dealer as well. At the top, is that what she said? Is that one of her lines? I can't remember. I just remember she had all these knitted clothes on. She looked very nice. But there we go. She's in this box of stuff that she's bought. There's this, an old scrying mirror with symbols on, and it's all weird. She doesn't know. And he offers her a £5 for it. I'll give you a £5 for it, he says. And she ums and ahs, and there's, oh, look, there's stuff on it. And he says, all right, I'll give you £50. There you go. Takes out a big wad of £5 notes. There they are. Old £5 notes. Because back in 1980, £50 were a lot of money. But she says no. And he says, you know, you should have this valued. You know, it might be worth a lot more than £50 if he's willing to go from a £5 to £50 just like that. So she says, oh, right, I will have it valued. So he's a bit put out. Meanwhile, she's running off and they're chasing after her. I think this is filmed at another popular Hammer House of Horror location. Chorazon, that's it. Chorazon is the name of the demon. Hampton House, that's it. We saw it. We just seen it play that hospital, didn't it? At the end of the last episode. So that's where they are now. At Hampton House. Where were they out? We just saw them outside there. Auction. Just says unknown location. I don't know why they bothered. Oh dear. Anywho. Charizard. See, you've said that now and you're thinking, I'm thinking, do I know that word from somewhere? It rings a bell, but I can't think of where I know it from. Anyway, they're chasing her. Here they are, running after her. So it keeps showing her running off, but they're chasing after her. Oh, there she is, legging it. He turns around and says, this way, and nobody follows him. But anyway, she's running through the woods. I'm guessing this is probably Black Woods or somewhere like that, or whatever they call it. Around Bray Studios, maybe. I don't know. Does it say? Let's have a look. Does it tell us? I don't think it does. No, I don't. Oh, is it a Pokemon? Oh, right. That's probably where I've heard it then. I've never played Pokemon, so I know of it, but I've never played it. Anyway, so she's running through the woods, blah, blah, blah. They're chasing after her. She hides. She falls over. Then she hides. She ducks down in here. They just run past her because they're very unobservant. There they go. They're just running past. Don't see her. Right, so Laura's heading back to her place with the stuff that she's bought. She bought some table and chairs and stuff, and that box of junk, along with the scrying glass, and he's going to get it valued for her. He's wheels within wheels. He goes over to him and says, I'll give you 250 quid for it. You can tell her you got 100, make a profit for yourself. And he says, bugger off. So he drives away. Meanwhile, she's still running away. But then he's got the scrying glass there next to him, and he kind of gets hypnotised. He's really easily hypnotised in this episode. Is Michael? I've forgotten already his name. Yes, Michael. Really easily hypnotised because he's looking down and a thing appears in it there, but smoke appears in it, and he starts going, ooh, woozy, and he nearly runs her over. In a minute. He's driving down the road. There we go. He sees that flame appear, and then she's suddenly she's in the road in front of him. Oh no! You almost didn't hit me. And he said, "What do you think you're doing? Help me! There's men chasing me." And he looks up there and says, "Nobody chasing him," but he says, "Probably thinks I'm in here. Get in." She sees the scrying glass there. She says, "What's that?" Puts it out of the way. And then she just falls asleep in his car, as you do. and then he just takes her home in a day for night shop. It says, "Wake up, we're at day for night. Come in for a drink." He says, "Okay, I will." Everybody's really trusting, aren't they, in these hammer things? Anyway, so gives her a drink, and she's looking at the scrying glass, and she knows all about it, and she just tells him that it may have been made by John Dee, the Elizabethan astrologer, scientist, everything, alchemist. He did everything, didn't he? For Queen Elizabeth. So it could be worth lots of money. But anyway, she says, "Can you put some water in my brandy?" So he says, "Yes, I can." So I haven't got much in his fridge, has it? A pint of milk, a couple of eggs, and I'm guessing that's a can of lager. Looks like a can of old lager. And a carafe of water, because we all keep carafes of water in the fridge. But he's talking to her, and then suddenly she stops answering, and he's like, "Oh, she's run off with it. She's run off with the scrying glass." So anyway, so he doesn't know where she's gone. So he goes to Laura's antique shop. This'll be there, won't it? Hang on. So here we go. Next to Pickford's. Right, where are we? By the way, the place where he nearly ran her over was Rignall Road in Great Hampden. His house is Peterley Manor in Presswood in England. Doesn't show it on Street View. And this, no, that's not that one. Antique Shop number 1. No, it's not that one, is it? They've got that wrong. They showed a picture, they said antique shop number, they showed a picture of Simon's antique shop, but we're looking at Laura's antique shop. There we go. Which is here. Right, so we'll have a look at that. Drag that over. Bear with me. There it is. There we go. Laura's next to Pickford's, and that is in Amersham in England, and that's which is the shop. I think it's that one, isn't it? The All Floors one. I do believe. Hang on, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Stop zooming in. That's her antique shop. Next to that shop there. Right, so let's scroll down and see if it looks the same. I've no idea. There's a door there. Look for a door. Oh, look, I'm doing the wrong thing. I have no idea. I'm guessing it's that one. I'm guessing it's that shop. But I can't be entirely certain. It could be that shop for all we bloody know. I don't know. Do we get a wider shot of it? Oh, there's that. Look for that windows up there. Oh, did it? Oh, it's that. Stop it! It's there, yeah. So it's this shop here, isn't it? Because of that window there, I think. No, it's the second shop away. Nah, hang on. So it's not. It's that shop there. The European Bathrooms shop. That's Laura's antique shop. Right, we got there in the end. Pickford's is now on All Floors. Wasn't Pickford's in other Hammer films? Probably. I don't know. Wingate, surprised you haven't been making tons of videos about all your favourite Doctor Who characters coming back tomorrow. Oh, I haven't even watched it. I haven't watched a single episode of this season of Doctor Who. Anywho, back to this. Right, going to Laura Stevens Antiques. So I was telling her that she ran off with the scrying glass. So got to find a way to. She wants to call the police because she's stolen her property, and he say, "No, we don't want any police." I don't know why I don't want to call the police, but he doesn't. He says, "Leave it with me. I'll find her." I think this is where he's going to Simon's antique shop now, which is here. So we'll drag this bugger over now. There we go. We should stop doing that. Obviously, there it is. Still got this old building there, look, and that old arch, which we're going to see in a minute. There it is. Antiques. Oh, wherever put it. There it is. There So it's there. Now it is a Gershon and Sons cheese and provisions. It's a posh grocer's shop, isn't it now, by the looks of it. There we go. Look at it. Oh, stop doing that. So there we go. Next to these old buildings. What are these old buildings? A pub or something? I don't know. Hang on, it says there. Wyvern. Is it a pub? Don't know. Oh, it's a restaurant. So yeah, it'll be one of them posh pubs that does food and all. So there we go. So that's what that looks like nowadays. Right, so this is Simon's shop. He's going to check out on that. So in he goes. This attractive young lady comes out. She's got one of those faces that I've seen in loads of stuff. I did check. She has been in loads of stuff, but mostly TV. There she is. She looks really familiar. I'm sure she's... I don't know. But anyway. So, he's saying, you know, come to see Simon. He wants to know something about something or other. Have I put subtitles on? I haven't, have I? No, I forgot to put subtitles on. So in he goes. Goes to see Simon. You know, says I'll still offer you that 250 for that scrying glass. There you go. But he says a client might go over 250. He says I'll take 1,000. He says, well, I have to speak to my client. Then he says, actually, I haven't got the glass. But anyway, then he goes, and then he's got to find out who his client is. And they've got the Choronzon Society. We're going to give me the address for the Choronzon Society. And he like tricks her to give him the name of the head of the Choronzon Society, Charles Randolph. So now he's hitting the books, because remember, this is no internet. So he's got to, luckily, he must have all the books he needs in his library to find out all about the Choronzon Society. Because they always did, didn't they? We're always there to hand. But anyway, there we go. Hang on, I've seen it there. The ritual of raising Choronzon, that mighty devil, and where we learned that Alistair Crowley tried raising Choronzon and all that stuff. So, so this is where he's telling all about it, and that. The glass was used for this ritual, pardon me, to summon this demon basically and bring him into our world. Anyway, and they're saying there's major problems with the ritual because everybody seems to go mad. Who does it? So, and they've got to be born at the solstice. One of the victim. The sacrifice of it must be born at a solstice. Remember, we learned he were born at the solstice. Told us that way at the beginning of the episode. But anyway, so he's having. I thought they were going to sacrifice her, but he's not. He's using her to find Alison. Alison is the girl that stole the scrying glass. I thought we were going to sacrifice her, but he's using her to find Alison, which she does. There we go. Here's a picture of her. Because she's still running. She just spends all the episode, well, nearly all the episode, just running about in the English countryside. And she tries throwing it away. She tries throwing it into this bog, marsh, whatever, river. But is rubbish at it and just drops it. And then she sees Charles Randolph and screams and then covers it back up and takes it back to Michael. There he is, he finds it there. And she says, I brought it back. So she hugs him. They're after me, they're going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. He's still looking at it. I think he sees Michael's face in it now. So anyway, so they're gonna become friends, if you know what I mean, now. She tells him all about the Choronzon Society and what they're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. And so she's telling him all about it, that it were horrible, that she were there, she didn't want to do it, and well, perhaps there's evil in me. But he's still giving it all that. Oh, aye, now he's going to use some voodoo dolls. Just came out of nowhere. So I was watching it, I was thinking, he's blooming his dark helmet off Spaceballs, playing with his dolls. Because he does it, look, he's doing all that. because he's doing that, and they're going to end up kissing, look, because he's using his dolls, look. And they're like, women always go after men with money and power. But anyway, so they're at it. And he's still using his dolls on them. Going to show it. There we go. And where is it? Does it show it? In a minute. Anyway, he's using the doll, so that they're at it. So they think they're in love, but he's controlling them. There they are. There's the dolls. Puts a knife down. And now, they're going to sacrifice a chicken. Don't worry, no chickens were harmed. It splashes on the doll of Michael. And then doing her picking up the knife, but she wakes up. When it splashed on, the blood splashed, there we go. When the blood splashed on the doll, he went, oh, in his sleep. And then she wakes up, gets a knife out of the kitchen, and she tries to kill Michael, but luckily he wakes up just in time. He rolls out of the way. She's stabbing the bed, but obviously she doesn't know what she's doing. She stops. Oh, what's going on? I thought, now he's pouring her. He's like, I poured a nice glass of orange juice. And I watching it, I thought, oh, what a nice man. And then he just drank it himself. I thought, oh, fair enough. But she's asleep. But anyway, then there's a knock at the door, and it's Charles Randolph's come to see him, and I don't what's going on behind him there. I'm guessing this is filmed on location in this house, but have they got like a sheet of plastic or something over the door? Was it raining maybe outside? I don't know, but it's like this sheet of clear plastic with all these scratches on. Look, what's going on there? I don't know, but anyway. Anyway, he comes in and he hypnotises Michael. He keeps saying, offer me some wine and bring me some bread and salt and all that stuff. He's hypnotising him. There we go. Ooh. He's like going, oh, look, I'm all hypnotised. And he says, offer me a glass of wine. Would you like a glass of wine? Yes, now get me some dry bread and salt. And so he's bringing that in, and he's... just puts it down, but Alison comes out and kicks it all out of the way. What do you think you're doing? Never give a magician, or whatever they're supposed to be. A black magician, she calls him. Something like that. Dry bread and salt for some reason. There you go. How does it say? You must never give a black magician bread or wine or salt in your own house. Why? I have no idea. They don't elaborate on that. But they go, do that, you got you half hypnotised. No, and then he says, get out. But by the way, they were warning him about Alison, saying that Alison's, could be a danger to him, and she's a disturbed young lady and all that stuff. And so we invited her to join the Choranzen Society, which is a little historical group, to give her an outside interest to help her with the therapy and all that stuff. But anyway, and then he just ends with Alison is mine. Anyway, right, so we're back in Great Missenden, or whatever the hell it is, at Laura's store. There he is, there they are. Oh, and he takes Alison to stay with Laura. He wants Laura to look after Alison. So she agrees to. She's asking what sign she is and all that. Capricorn. And this goes, see, she was born on the winter solstice. He was born on the summer solstice. She was born on the winter solstice. Anyway, so off he goes to do whatever he's doing. She's still got the scrying glass, by the way. It's in the back. Because Simon comes in. Oh, no, in a minute. Back at Simon's shop. The phone had gone. Laura had phoned Simon saying, she's willing to sell him the scrying glass. So over he goes. There you go. Simon, I was hoping you'd get my message. Do you have the mirror here? So, she's offering, she wants 1,500 quid for it. So he says, right, I'll write the cheque now. So he writes the cheque. And she's hiding it. She said, no, you can't have it. Because we learned that Simon is part of the Choranzen Society. So she's hiding it. Where's that mirror thing? She's on it behind her back. Anyway, she picks up a vase. She says later it's a Japanese lamp. But it's not, it's a vase, you can see it there. And she hits somebody with it, but we don't know who. We assumed she were hitting Simon with it. But apparently not, because Michael arrives back. I can't remember where he'd been. I don't think it's important. And he sees... hang on, where are we? He sees Laura and Simon drive... Not Laura. Alison. Alison and Simon driving away. Is that Paul Darrow? Is it a stunt driver? I don't know. In his Ford, I don't know, Cortina or whatever it is. Driving away. And then Alison... I'm getting them all mixed up. Laura comes out. All covered in blood. Oh, said, your girlfriend hit me with a Japanese lamp. I'm sure she says. Where is it? 1,500 quid. Anyway, whatever. She said, hit me with a Japanese lamp, but he wanted with a vase, wasn't it? But anyway. He says, got to go after him. She says, I'm bleeding to death. He says, call an ambulance. So anyway, so he goes over to Simon's shop, but Simon's not there. It's just closed. So he basically bursts his way in and forces, goes through Simon's drawer. She tries to stop him. Looks for the address of the Children's Society. So off he goes to the Children's Society. Right, so they brought Alison back. He was, Master, I've got her, she's here. And they've got the scrying glass. It's very good. Prepare her. Not for our pleasure, not like Ming. Prepare her for our pleasure. Not like that. Just preparing her for the ritual. Meanwhile, Michael's arrived and sneaking in. There he is, sneaking in, look. As you do. Don't know, I think this is Hampton House again. Let's have a look. Shops. Yeah, it doesn't say. I think it's Hampton House, because we saw it earlier on, didn't we? Oh, pardon me. Let's make sure we're still going. Yeah. So I'm checking Rumble and Twitch. Yeah, we're still okay. Right, so he's sneaking about in the Children's Society, who have nice fire alarms, nice modern fire alarms, all this oldie worldy stuff. But anyway, never mind. Master, the girl is ready, says Avon from Blake 7. But he finds her. She's asleep under an inverted cross. But they're not Satanists, are they? So why are they using inverted crosses? They're like trying to summon, one of the old gods or one of the demons from long before Jesus and all that, are they? But never mind. Just to show us that they're evil, I suppose. But anyway, there we go. Gives her a kiss, wakes her up like Prince Charming. And there we go. He's got the scry. Takes the scrying glass from her and says, I've got to get you out of here. But she gets up and she rings a bell, a bell on a rope thing. So what are you doing? Letting them know you're here. She's all in on it now. And so some henchmen come in and grab hold of him. And Randolph and Paul Darrow come in and she gives him a kiss. And this is where he said, he came of his own free will. Yes, he came to rescue me. And he holds the scrying glass and all that stuff. And he's born on the solstice. So he is going to be the sacrifice. He is the chosen one. So here we go. They've got him strapped down. And they're going to sacrifice him. And he's going to stab him in the heart. But Paul Darrow says, I want to do it. So, okie dokie. And it goes on a little bit. You think, something going to happen. But no, they just stab him. There we go. Oh, stab. There we go. Stabbed him. And then all wind happens. There we go. He's all bleeding. Look. All wind happens and things get blown about and all that. And we go, woo. And when they look up, look, he's changed. Michael's changed into I forgot the name of it already. Children's, whatever the hell it is. Changed into it. And as the look, it turns back into Michael. But now he's the possessed. Children's has possessed Michael. And he goes, Master, you have done well. He just sits, all right, pulls the knife out. No blood anymore. And he just sits up like that. Because he's probably super strong because he's a demon now. He says, you have done well. And I think they've changed his voice. I don't know. Does it say? Let's have a look. Let's go to all cast and crew. No, it doesn't say. His voice sounds like Patrick Allen. That's the fellow I was thinking of earlier. It sounds like him, but I don't know if they've overdubbed him. Have a listen. In a minute.
You have done well.
You have done well. Anyway, sounds like him. So he's now Choron's on. He says, I am here to take over the world and all that. Master, blah blah blah. And she's there with him now as his evil bride. And that's it. It's the end. The end. Is the world gonna end? I have no idea. But there we go. That's Guardian of the Abyss. They summoned a demon and it possessed Raylonon. So there we go. Okay, to be honest, a lot of people like, why did this get a widescreen version? I don't know. As though this is like the best episode. I don't know. I don't think it was. It was all right, but I preferred the one with Susan Danielle, to be completely honest. But this was all right. It was fun. Nice to see Paul Darrow doing something other than Avon from Blake 7. I say she's been in Star Trek, which is cool. And he was in Harry's Game. So yeah. It was all right. Didn't mind it. That was not too bad, says Justin. Yeah, it was all right. But I think kind of a remake of Devil Rides Out, sort of. Where they're summoning a demon and all that stuff. And a pretty girl escapes from it and all that. That's what happened at Devil Rides Out, wasn't it? So anyway. So there we go. So that's another 2 episodes done of Hammer House of Horror. Carpathian Eagle, starring Susan Danielle and Anthony Valentine, which I actually quite enjoyed a lot. And this one, Guardian of the Abyss, which were okay. As I said, remake of Devil Rides Out. But it was fun. And neither of them ended good, did they? Or ended well for the good guys. To be expected, I suppose. But anyway, right, we'll leave it there. Next week, we'll be doing 3 episodes, because there's 3 episodes left. And they are, I can't remember, hang on. And they are Visitor from the Grave. I think, is that one with Peter Cushing in? I could be wrong. 2 Faces of Evil and The Mark of Satan. So they were doing 3 next week to finish it off. Love the post-credit scene where Ash shows up. And goes groovy. So anyway, so there we go. So that's what we're doing next week. The last 3 episodes. So it'll be a bumper episode next week. Got three to go through. Visitor from the Grave. Hang on, it'll say here, won't it? Who's in it? No, Visitor from the Grave is Simon McCorkindale. Remember him? And Catherine Lee Scott. Is she famous? She's in Dark Shadows. There we go. Moving over to Hammer for this one. And then 2 Faces of Evil doesn't say who's in that one. And The Mark of Satan, Peter McHenry, Peter Birrell. People I've never heard of. Oh, Georgina Hale. We know Georgina Hale. She was in Cockneys versus Zombies. Have we done the one with Peter Cushing in? We must have done. I can't remember which the one with Peter Cushing in. Oh, it was a Silent Scream, wasn't it, with Peter Cushing in? That was that one, wasn't it? Anyway, right, so we'll leave it there. What's coming up next? What are we on? Friday? Sunday? I don't know if I'll be doing anything Sunday, we'll see. Monday, we'll have another go at True Lies. As I said last time, my son were poorly on Monday, still a bit iffy. He's been to the doctors. If he ain't better by next Monday, I'll take him back. He's picked up a bug, so we'll give True Lies another go. Then next Wednesday, I'll probably be doing my top 5 favourite movies of 1994. I think we're up to, aren't we? So that'll be next Wednesday. Last week with Brian Cox also. Yes, that was Peter Cushing, wasn't it? Brian Cox. Yes. Aye. They have some sneaky superstars, don't they, in this Hammer House of Horror, before they were superstars. I said, Pierce Brosnan, eh? Who'd have thunk it? Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Justin, for your kind donations. Really super appreciated. Thanks, Wing Grace. I don't think anybody else popped in apart from the idiots. Who are really patient. The patient idiots, aren't they? Sign up, subscribe, and then just wait there for 6 months. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't think anybody else popped in, did they? Let me check Rumble, just in case. No, there's no Rumble chats. No Rumble chats. Right, we'll leave it there. I will pop off now, because it's getting on now. It's time to sort some supper out. The pre-stream guy. Oh, yes. Yes, of course, yes. Chiggle Wiggle. Thanks to Chiggle Wiggle for your comments before the stream started. Anyway, right, so I'm going to go now. So thanks for watching, wherever you are. Don't have nightmares. And until next time, look after each other. And until next time, I'm trying to find it there. Till next time, I'll say there.